The beautiful and magical village of Hampi is located just outside the city of HOSPET, located in Karnataka. Today's visit is Hippie Island, just north of the river. This being my second visit, I bypass the village of Hampi and I make a beeline straight for the river, where I catch the first boat and head over towards Hippie Island. Once you get down to the river banks, you'll see that boats will be leaving every 5 minutes. The cost is 50 rupees each direction. You'll be there with many locals and tourists crossing. Many of the tourists are carrying their own mattresses and lugging them up and down the hills and all over. As soon as I cross, I search out the first ice-cold mango smoothie that I can find with a nice view so I can people watch. Also be aware, these boats that cross do not run all the time, so make sure you don't get stuck. From Hippie Island, looking across the river to Hampi village, where most of the ruins, temples, and sites are to be seen. But Hippie Island has its own magical views, scenery, and landscapes, not to be missed by any traveler going to India. Staying on the only road that comes up from the boat crossing, I continue to walk about a quarter mile to this location where there's rocks and a small lookout. From there, the road just turned to the right and made a horseshoe to a nice little resort located in that area. I only found this resort because I noticed these 3 people walking towards it, and I followed them to it. Back at my lookout spot, I got out my binoculars, and sure enough, I could see a little resort that looked just perfect for my breakfast meal. I packed my things up and I headed down the mountain to the trail and started following the 3 travelers. Along the way, I saw the workers that were picking the rice and putting it up on the road to dry. After being out in the hot Hampi sun for a while, I felt great when I got into this shaded, cool little hippie haven that I found at the end of the road. The menu looked really good, so I ordered myself a fruit bowl, a strong coffee, and a mango smoothie. All this came to about $4, and this is at MANJU'S place. All the rice production here is done totally by hand, starting with a sickle, then carried, shaken, dried, everything done by hand. I am glad that I found this oasis so I could relax and get out of the heat of the day and start my morning off in a really great way, enjoying nature and the scenery around me. After finishing my breakfast and hanging out with some of the resort's guests that showed me around the different locations and sites that were right there, I headed out back into town and away from this resort here. I spent the remainder of the day checking out all the awesome rock structures and sites around Hippie Island until it was getting a little bit late and the sun was starting to go down, so I found a great spot to watch the sunset, the last one that I would see in Hampi for a while. Nighttime in Hampi village was really bustling as there was a festival that evening and the streets were packed with people, vendors, with all kinds of excitement, music, and sights to see. Thanks for watching again. This is JP, the GoaGood Traveler. Please visit my site at GoaGood.com and please subscribe to watch more of these videos as I produce them. Thank you. These are some of my last views of Hampi village as I start heading back into the city of HOSPET, where I have my train there waiting in the next hour or so to take me back to Goa, India. And JP reminds you to love the life you live the life you love, and may God bless all of your travels.